that fire or for getting rid of a fire that you
Hello?
and then
Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just wanted to thank you all for waiting, because I know I took a little bit longer than I had allotted to get ready. So I just want to apologize for taking up extra time, because I know it's really cold out here and everybody's been waiting around. And I just want to apologize because I wasn't able to get it to work. So I'm not going to be able to do anything. And I'm just sorry, because I know, like I said, I was trying to make it work and it just didn't. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything. But thank you all for coming out anyway. I just really thought I'd be able to do it, and so that's why I planned all this, and I spent a lot of money on getting all this stuff together. So, because I was going to build a tower to heaven, and it just didn't work out. It just didn't go quite like I thought it was going to go. Okay, sorry. I don't like how this part's going, so I'm gonna start this over again. Sorry. I thought that would be funnier, but it wasn't really. So I'm gonna do this a different way. Okay.
You're too good.
All right, y'all. This is the Desert Project Biennial, y'all. Woo! Let's make some noise. Come on. We're building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven. Up there, come on. We're building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven. Come on now, y'all. We're building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven. Right here, right now. We're building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven. A bit softer now. We're building a tower to heaven.
Building a tower to heaven. Building a tower to heaven.
A little bit louder now. We're
Building a tower to heaven.
just a little more. We're
Building a tower to heaven.
Just a little more. We're
Building a tower to heaven.
All right now, y'all. We're
Building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven.
We're building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven. We're building a tower to heaven. So I didn't really know how to do this. I wanted to build a tower to heaven because the name of the Lord is a strong tower. That's Proverbs 18:10. And Psalm 90:17 says, "May the beauty of my master, our God, be upon us, and the work of our hands established for us, and the work of our hands establish it." But I didn't really know how to build a tower to heaven. So I asked ChatGPT. Okay, so I told ChatGPT, I want to build a tower to heaven, so how should I go about this task? And, it didn't really give me very much good advice at first. It said that building a tower to heaven has captured human imagination for centuries, often appearing in religious and mythological stories. But constructing a tower to reach heaven is beyond the scope of our current technology and understanding. So here's some of the practical reasons why it said that, ChatGPT. It said, here are some of the practical reasons why such an endeavor is not feasible. A lack of definition. Heaven is a concept, often associated with the afterlife, the divine, or the metaphorical, and it does not have a defined location or physical coordinates. All right, well, we can deal with that. We can deal with coordinates that don't exist here and now. We can make the coordinates. Technological limitations, that's number 2, according to ChatGPT. Current technology and engineering capabilities are not advanced enough. to build a structure that could reach even a fraction of the distance to quote-unquote heaven, assuming it were a physical place. Environmental and atmospherical constraints, Earth's atmosphere, and the vastness of outer space pose insurmountable challenges for such a project. The tower would have to withstand extreme economic tensions and cosmic radiation. And then number 4, folks, down at the bottom of the list, ethical and religious considerations. Many religions and belief systems have specific teachings about the nature of heaven, and attempting to physically reach it may be considered disrespectful or heretical. ChatGPT goes on to say, here it's now offering us some advice, folks. It says, if you're interested in building tall structures for other purposes, such as communication, observation, or habitation, it is essential to follow engineering principles, safety regulations, and environmental considerations. Building structures on Earth requires careful planning, design, and adherence to legal and safety requirements, folks. For grand imaginative projects, you might consider exploring other endeavors that can have a meaningful and positive impact on humanity and the world, both scientifically and culturally right here at home. Well, that's all well and good. That's all well and good if you're ChatGPT. But you know, they say something about asking questions. They say that people, when they ask questions, they don't really want to know an answer. They just want to hear what they're already thinking repeated back to them in a different voice. That's what they say about people who ask questions. And you know what? I wasn't satisfied. I wasn't satisfied with this answer. I just wasn't satisfied. And maybe that's on me. You know, I like to ask questions, and maybe sometimes I just want to hear the answers that I already want to hear. But so I asked ChatGPT, what sort of engineering challenges would arise when building a tower to heaven, and how might we solve them? You know, I just pressed forward with the issue. Well, ChatGPT had said building a tower to heaven as a theoretical concept would present an array of complex engineering challenges. While such a project is far beyond the capabilities of current technology and understanding, let's explore some hypothetical challenges and potential solutions. Well, number 1, folks, the extreme height. The tower would need to extend an unimaginable distance into space, far beyond the Earth's atmosphere. Number 2, folks, atmospheric conditions. Number 3, cosmic radiation. Now, there's something I didn't think about. Beyond Earth's atmosphere, the tower would be exposed to harmful cosmic radiation. Protecting inhabitants from this radiation would be a significant challenge. Solutions might involve advanced shielding materials or energy fields. Number 4, gravity. It's Newton. Number 5, life support systems. Number 6, energy generation. Number 7, elevators and transportation. Moving people and goods up and down the tower would require advanced elevator systems, possibly using new technologies like space elevators and other transportation methods yet to be developed.
For the Lord is my tower, and He gives me the power.
Number 8, folks, sustainability. Ensuring the long-term sustainability of such a massive structure, including waste management, resource replenishment, will be essential. Closed-loop systems and recycling technologies would definitely play a vital role. Let's blaze through these. Number 9, environmental impact. Number 10, ethical and social challenges. So I asked, what would a tower to heaven even look like? What shape or structure would it require? Maybe a ziggurat or a pyramid. A pyramid. Excuse me, folks. A spire or a tower.
Your hands and lift them up high to the Lord like this.
A space elevator.
And He gives me the power. We'll do our aerobics.
Perhaps a crystal or transparent power, and here's where we get into the good stuff. folks.
You reach up high.
Perhaps organic or living structure. A more imaginative interpretation might involve a tower composed of living or organic materials, as if it were a natural extension of the earth itself, reaching into the heavens.
The powers of darkness underneath
So I asked, what would be the best materials with which to build a tower to heaven? Well, building a hypothetical tower to heaven would require materials and technologies that far exceed current capabilities and understanding. Yeah, you told me that already. Self-healing materials, folks. Metamaterials. Engineered materials with properties not found in nature. Advanced insulation and heat resistance. And once again, radiation shielding materials to shield against those harmful, cosmic, radioactive waves out in outer space, folks. A little bit of keyboard warfare for there, folks. So let's say, if we were to begin designing and constructing a tower to heaven today, where would we begin? Well, ChatGPT. ChatGPT just still tells me that this is impossible. It says, designing and constructing a tower to heaven is a purely theoretical and fantastical concept, far beyond the current capabilities of engineering and technology. However, if we were to begin to embark on such a speculative project, it would require a highly systematic and interdisciplinary approach. You know, Franz Kafka once wrote,
For the Lord is my tower.
if it had been possible to build the Tower of Babel without ascending it, the work would have been permitted. Well, maybe that's just fine if you're Franz Kafka, folks. But I want something a little more practical. I want to ascend that tower into heaven. So I asked ChatGPT, what ethical concerns might arise when building a tower to heaven? Well, it responded, and it said constructing a tower to heaven or any monumental structure of that nature would raise a wide range of complex ethical concerns. These concerns would extend far beyond practical and technical challenges.
All right, now I want you to take your hands and lift them up high to the Lord.
I want you to take your hands and lift them up high to the Lord.
And
Lord says the great power. The great power.
We'll do our
Aerobics today, folks.
tear down the works.
And then you tear down the works. Tear down the works
Of the enemy.
of the enemy.
The devil a good kick.
Give the devil a good
In a
kick.
difficult hour we pray. So put your hands
And then
together.
we put our hands together, we pray.
He will crush the devourer.
We will crush the devourer.
And bring the powers of darkness
The
underneath
power of darkness underneath my feet.
And he gives me the power to tear down the works of the enemy. Crush the devourer and bring the powers of darkness underneath my feet. Sing it out again. Oh Lord, and he gives me the power to tear down the works of the enemy. Crush the powers of darkness underneath my feet. A little warfare on the keyboard.
A little warfare on the keyboard. ethical concerns might arise when building a tower to heaven, and might provide an exclusive space for the privileged while others are excluded, leading to concerns about fairness and justice. Number 3, folks, cultural and religious sensitivities. Number 4, environmental impact. Number 5, safety and health. Number 6, transparency and accountability. Number 7, human rights potential. Respect for human rights, including the right to freedom, privacy, and security would be critical. The potential for surveillance and infringement on these rights would be ethically sensitive. Number 8, cultural heritage preservation. The project's impact on local and indigenous cultures, as well as historical and archaeological sites, could be considered ethically considered and
He gives me the power to tear down the works of the enemy. He will crush the devourer. Break the powers of darkness underneath my feet. For the Lord is my tower, and He gives me the power to tear down the works.
Hosea chapter 14:10 says, "He who is wise will consider these words. He who is prudent will take note of them." So think about that now. I asked ChatGPT, what effects would building a tower to heaven have on future generations? Building a tower to heaven, if it were possible, would have profound and far-reaching effects on future generations, both positive and negative. Well, that sounds pretty good. That's 2 things. All right, the positive effects. We'll start with the good news. Number 1, scientific advancements. The project could lead to significant scientific discoveries and technological advancements. Number 2, resource utilization. Advances in resource utilization and sustainability developed for the project might have broader applications, addressing environmental and resource challenges faced by future generations. Number 3, economic opportunities. That's job building, folks. Number 4, space exploration. All right, now. Those sound pretty good. But then we get into the negative effects. What are these negative effects? Well, according to ChatGPT, that artificial intelligence. Number 1, resource depletion. The project's vast resource requirements could strain resources and contribute to resource depletion. Number 2, social inequality. The tower could exacerbate social and economic inequalities, with privileged individuals or groups benefiting while others are excluded, leading to social unrest and division. Number 3, that environmental impact again. Number 4, ethical and cultural challenges. Number 5, legacy and responsibility. Number 6, intergenerational equity. The distribution of benefits and burdens from the tower could create intergenerational inequities, with future generations grappling with the consequences of past decisions. Now listen, remember I said he who is wise will consider these words, he who is prudent will take note of them. Given these possible positive and negative effects, how likely would it be that future generations would continue the work of constructing the tower? Well, the likelihood of future generations continuing the work of constructing a hypothetical tower to heaven would depend on a multitude of factors, including the progress, success, and adaptability of the project, as well as societal, economic and environmental conditions. And it's important to emphasize that the idea of building such a tower is highly speculative and not based on real-world engineering principles. This is just for entertainment value, folks. Nevertheless, In a hypothetical context, here are some considerations that might influence the likelihood of future generations continuing the project. Number 1, early success and value. If the project yields significant scientific or practical benefits early on, it may increase the likelihood of future generations seeing value and continuing the work. Number 2, economic viability. Number 3, those ethical considerations. Future generations would likely weigh the ethical implications of the project, including its impact on cultural heritage, resource allocation, and environmental sustainability. If these concerns are effectively addressed, it could make the project more appealing. Number 4, environmental impact mitigation. If the project demonstrates a commitment to minimizing its environmental impact and provides effective solutions for habitat restorations and resource management, it could gain more support from those future generations. Number 5, public support and cultural relevance. Number 6, technological advancements. Number 7, the adaptability of the project. Number 8, international cooperation, the extent to which the project fosters international collaboration and cooperation might affect its continuation. Now, in practice, whether such a massive and ambitious project would continue into future generations is highly speculative and dependent on numerous unpredictable variables. The concept of building a tower to heaven exists in the realm of mythology, religion, and science fiction, and is not based on current engineering principles. These considerations are discussed in a hypothetical context and should not be taken as real-world scenarios. So I guess it's not going to work. I put a lot of work into this just for, ChatGPT to shit on my parade. How was I supposed to know this wasn't going to work? Nobody warned me. I couldn't see this coming. Now you're going to act like I'm the asshole about it. I couldn't have predicted this.
Chat, is this real? What the fuck is going on? The moms are right. Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah, go ahead. Also, what are you talking about? About the creative one. This is it's video. It's not working. I know. I won't let me start video. This one is this one. What the fuck? It wasn't letting me do that. Did you fuck with this one? It's just dark. What is going on?
speaker mode.
At first, all the arrangements for building the Tower of Babel were characterized by fairly good order. Indeed, the order was perhaps too perfect! Too much attention was given to guides, interpreters, and accommodations for the workmen, and roads of communication as if there were centuries before one to do the work in. Indeed, in those days, the general feeling was that one could simply not work too slowly. A little bit of insistence on this would have sufficed to make one hesitate to lay the foundations at all. People argued in this way: the essential thing in the whole business is the idea of building a tower that will reach to heaven. In comparison to that idea, all else is secondary. The idea, once seized in its magnitude, can never vanish again. As so long as there are men on earth, there will also be the irresistible desire to complete the building! That being so, one need have no anxiety about the future. On the contrary, human knowledge is increasing. The art of building has progressed and will continue to progress. What takes us 1 year to complete might take future generations half the amount of time. And it will be done better too, more lasting. So, why exert oneself to the extreme limit of one's present powers? There would be some sense in doing this only if it were likely that the tower would be completed in 1 generation, but that is beyond all hope. In fact, it's far more likely that the next generation, with their perfected knowledge, will find the work of their predecessors bad and tear it down to begin anew. Such thoughts paralyzed the people's powers, and so they troubled less about the tower than with the construction of a city for the workmen. Every nationality wanted the finest corners for itself, and this gave rise to disputes, which eventually turned into bloody conflicts. These conflicts never came to an end. To the leaders, they were new proof that, in the absence of the necessary unity, the building of the tower must be done very slowly, or indeed preferably postponed until universal peace could be declared. But the time was spent not only in conflict, the town was embellished in the intervals, and this, unfortunately enough, evoked fresh envy and fresh conflict. To this must be added that the second or third generation had already recognized the senselessness of building a heaven-reaching tower, and yet they were all too deeply involved to leave the city. All the legends and songs that came to birth in that city
are filled with longing for a prophesied day when the city would be destroyed by 5 successive blows from a gigantic fist. Pow! 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 It is for that reason, too, that the city has a closed fist on its coat of arms.
Turn your flash off.